Welcome to group today. I would first like to start off congratulating Brittany and Amanda. You've done a great job here, and since you've now reached this point of therapy, group sessions with your family members, that means that you've already passed through all your other levels and this is your last transition. So hopefully this will be a really great experience to prepare you for leaving the residential setting. Parents, I'm really grateful that you could make it out today and that you've made the commitment to follow through with this group session. It will be important that you attend every week and that you come on time, and we appreciate your willingness to participate. It will be a vital part of your child's progression, and you can really provide a great support for them. I would like to start off with some rules that we have here in group session. The first one is confidentiality. It's imperative that everything that's said here in our sessions together remains in this room, and that we don't leave and tell our neighbors or tell our friends or other family members, but that we can really create an open and safe environment here that's trusting, so everybody feels free to express themselves. I can promise you that I'm not going to leave and disclose what you've told me to other people, and I hope that you can all do the same. Does anybody have any questions about that part? No? Okay. I cannot promise that that nobody will break confidentiality, but I can promise that I will not, unless it is mentioned that you are considering committing suicide, or that you're thinking of taking your life, or if you're going to harm another individual. That's something, or somebody else has harmed you. That is something that I'm going to seek other consultation. Yeah. Okay, and there's no questions with that?
What if somebody does, take something that I say and shares it with somebody that I didn't want them to? What's going to happen?
Yeah. The implications of breaking these rules are very important, oh my gosh, that just threw me for a loop. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to start all over again.
No, start over. No, just jump back into
I'm stuttering on all of my words right now.
It's okay, just jump back in.
This is the easiest part of group, too.
Don't worry, it's YouTube. Everybody in the world
Just
can see it.
Just
Don't worry
review
about
that you can't guarantee.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, can I start over?
Don't start over.
Don't
just
start over.
from her
Just
question.
start from her question.
Okay.
Re-answer. So she's asking about the limits of confidentiality.
What do? I was just going to say I'm going to pull the person aside and talk to them, and then they could be kicked out of the group.
Right, exactly.
But let them know that the limits of confidentiality, you cannot guarantee. You're agreeing to keep everybody's confidentiality, but we can't guarantee that. So
Didn't I say that?
Yeah, you do.
But you have to, I guess, reiterate
some-
it
No,
because
no,
she
no.
asked the question.
Okay.
we can't guarantee that Brittany's not going to share something she says.
Okay.
It's kind of
Okay.
an honor system.
Okay. So we are working off of the honor system here, and I cannot guarantee that somebody within this group will not disclose to another outside party. If I become aware of such a situation, I will need to speak to that person one-on-one outside of group, and they will be at risk they will be taken out of this group, and for their action, I'll consult with my other supervisors as far as their progression in the residential setting. So it is a very serious thing. Okay. Is there any other rules that we would like to address for here in this setting that will help you to feel that it's a safe environment?
No texting.
Okay, no phones. Let's keep our phones off or on silent in our purses, in our bags. Okay, no phones, and we've talked about coming to group on time.
No yelling. Like, for example, I say something that my mom doesn't like. I hope that she can just listen to me.
Okay.
I like that one.
That is going to be a really important part. Here in the residential setting, you've learned a lot of skills, right, to better communicate and express your thoughts and feelings. And it's going to be very important as parents. While it may be easy to take offense that we listen to what the youth have to say, And likewise, you're going to need to use the skills that you've learned to listen to your parents and to hear the other experiences without yelling or creating conflict.
And I would just appreciate it if I wouldn't get interrupted if I'm trying to make a point.
Okay.
I won't yell at you, but you need to not
If I have
interrupt
to say
me.
something, then I'm gonna say what I wanna say.
Okay,
Then-
but we are going to need to respect somebody's time and their thoughts. So we're going to need to wait, and then you can address what your feelings and your reactions are.
Okay, Miss Kate, thank you.
Okay. Great. I'm glad that we have those rules settled. The purpose of this group is to prepare for these youth to leave and transition back into their regular lifestyles. Okay. In this group, we're gonna talk about skills that you can use as parents to help your children thrive outside of this situation and be successful. Today we're going to be talking about kind of catching you parents up to what the youth have learned here in this at their time in treatment. If we could maybe hear some examples from you two about what you've learned here in the residential center.
So, Mom, it's been a long road, but I do feel, I know I hated it at the beginning, but I do feel I have learned some things. And I think the number one thing that I learned was in what ways before I was trying to gain control and power in my life. And I just learned that the things that I did were a way for me to gain control and power over somebody else. It made me feel better. And so I've learned different ways to do it. I've been exercising every day. Here I've been writing in a journal. And I've learned better ways to talk about my feelings in order to keep that control for myself. So that's just one of the things that I learned while I was here.
Great, thanks Brittany for sharing with us all. Amanda, can you think of maybe a number one that you're taking away from this experience?
I think the biggest thing, like, I've been mad at you, Mom, because you left the babysitter there, you know, who hurt me and abused me in that way. And I think for a while I was just abusing other people because, you know, it was done to me, and I wanted to take away my pain by giving it to somebody else. And I think I just would blame it on everybody else rather than taking responsibility for this. And I know, like, I was mad at you for a while, but, you know, we learned in here that there's a cycle of abuse, and I know that, you know, that happened to you too, and now that it's happened to me, and I don't want it to happen to any more people, so that's, you know, why I'm gonna stop.
Thanks so much, Amanda. As you can see, your kids have learned a ton. They've really come to understand their offending issues and behaviors, and we are just so proud of them. How does that feel to you as parents, hearing what your children have just shared with you?
I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her that she's able to see what was wrong or why she would do the behavior that she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
For me, just the openness that I feel with my daughter now, her being willing to talk to me and us being able to have a conversation together instead of it becoming a yelling match. Or I just feel like from this point on, our relationship will have a very strong bond, stronger than we've had in the past, and I'm really proud of her. Yeah, she's grown up.
You know, here in the center, they've had the opportunity to participate in both groups and individual counseling and have had mentors. Once you transition out, our services here will conclude, but we are going to connect you with outside services. What do you think you can do in your home to continue that open communication that you talked about?
You know, obviously just making her aware that if